but
I'd like to introduce an abstract concept here that might be helpful, well, two concepts actually. The first is abstract syntax tree, and the second is serialization. So an abstract syntax tree is central to pretty much all programming languages, and I think it actually comes from linguistics, because the cat sat on the mat is a sentence with a verb and subject and object and so forth. So you sort of have a syntax tree. And you have subclauses and adjectival phrases and all sorts of things in language, and they sort of form into a syntax tree. In mathematics, you have a syntax tree. So you'll have a fraction which has got a numerator and a denominator, and that's like the cat sat on the mat. I'm sorry for sort of making it too simple, but I just want to establish the concept. And a sighted person can see the thing as a whole. It's a big thing. The eyes can see a screen full of code, which might be 40 lines. And if it's Python, it's sort of nicely indented. And the eyes can wander around the page and focus on something. And in software usability testing, you have these eye trackers where you can see where the people's eyes are looking at. They've used a great deal in e-commerce sites to find out what parts of the page are getting attention, the hotspots. Now, that's something that, now the other concept is serialization, which is putting it into a stream, like you can send it down the wire in Morse code. So if you serialize a great novel such as Moby Dick, every so often there's a bit of Morse code that says chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, and so forth. But you can't actually say, oh, let's go to chapter 6. You can't see the thing as a whole. And with books, we have a sort of table of contents, which is a way of sort of giving a bit of the structure. And if you've got a math formula that's a bit large, a sighted person can see it as an abstract syntax tree. And it might not even be the text syntax, because an equal sign and a plus sign are the same as far as text is concerned, pretty much. I think they are the same. But in an equation, the equal sign divides the equation into two parts, which you might look at independently. So having given that little lecture, I sort of want to go back to Sanchit's experience and see if we can find out what the current experience you're having with something specific that you've read recently, and what's the problem with it, and how you might want to make it better. So it's best if you have some sort of real example in mind, and you could, I'm sorry, we're going to admit somebody.
You want specifically about mathematics or generalize? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think let's focus on mathematics. So, have you read a math formula lately?
Yeah. It's any generalized integration from 0 to 1 fx dx or something. So in the MathML, means I can spend a lot of time navigating through the formula, but when I'm in the rush, so that time navigating through the formula is really bad thing. So better if, sighted person can easily visualize and he can quickly realize the formula. So for me, I have to go through each thing. Even sometimes, MathML, the screen reader quickly read the whole formula, but and I didn't find easy way to navigate the formula. So if there could be some easy way to.
Now, when you say navigate the formula, what's coming to my mind, what immediately comes to my mind is sort of, I've already got a whole sort of visual picture of the thing, and I want to sort of navigate to a particular line of code or something. Whereas you don't have the picture to so to speak, to begin with. It's a question of left, rights, ups and downs. Is that a fair statement? That when you navigate, you get a very thin view of the formula when you navigate. What
Navigating single line is okay, but let's say I have a bigger problem, question and answer. Everything is in maths and it's a big book on the web. So that time it's very frustrating, navigating each up, down, and again exiting.
So you mean you've got to use the keyboard a lot? Is that?
No.
I'm trying to find out why it's a difficult experience for you.
And not just, I mean, I'm saying it generalizing. I'm not just talking about myself.
Yeah.
And I can accept anything. It doesn't matter. Even inaccessible things also I can accept it.